Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. How's it going, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And it is time to talk about my top 13. That's right. 13. Breaking the law. Anyway, top 13 graphic novels, manga, collected editions that I am really looking forward to in the month of September of 2025. Or I guess October 1st sliding in there too. So join me. Welcome back, everybody, and rules are meant to be broken. Every once in a while, I'll do top 10s, but then I'm like, no way! Top 11, top 12, top 13. It's my birthday, top 14. It's Christmas. I have thought about this one day for the 25 days of Christmas. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 13 books I am recommending or I am super excited about that are finally coming out in the month of September. Some of these, by the way, the dates may change. Some of them, depending on who distributed them, you may already own. Like, seriously, because especially if it's a manga is such... It's a mess right now with the distribution, so some of them you may already have. And you're like, what are you talking about, man? Why are you completely excited about this book? I've had it for a month. Right, cool. Awesome for you. But anyway... These are the books. I would love to know what you're most excited for coming up here in the month of September. Leave those comments down below. So let's go ahead and start. I do these in chronological order, but don't forget to smash that like button chronologically. Not sure how I shoehorned that in there. I don't think it worked as smooth as I thought it was going to be. But, alright, let's look at the list. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World Deluxe Edition. I got the chance to read the first trade paperback about a year or so ago. This is collecting all 15 issues, and it is all written by Jason Aaron, and he is joined by Alexandre Tefenki and Leila Del Duca. But there's other creators here too, like Nick Dragotta and Lee Lufridge and Tamra Bonvillain, just to name a few of the other creators. And this is a sort of like your, I don't want to give too much away, but it is uncovering a mystery in this post-apocalyptic love story. And it's a mystery that has been decades spanning in this world for these characters here. And I only got to read the first one, so I'm really excited to see how it continues, because I think the first volume had 5 issues, so this will contain all 15 issues. And there is a slipcase edition available the same day too. The hardcover is $49.99, the slipcase edition $69.99, 544 pages. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW collection, volume 18. This is collecting Armageddon Game, issues 7 and 8, The Alliance 6, the 2023 annual, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issues 138 to 150, and the Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan miniseries. Why am I excited about this? This is the best era of Ninja Turtles. Not really, but it's just that it shows dedication from a publisher that they are willing to collect 18 freaking volumes in the same format of a series. Nothing hurts more, and I know a lot of people are feeling it right now with the Marvel Masterworks, but we've seen that before when a format gets canceled, whether it's the archive editions, whether it's the essentials or the showcase editions or the deluxe editions, or you're getting into a series and you're at volume 4 and you realize, oh my gosh, 3 more volumes will finish this out. IDW lost the license to Transformers, and in the middle of collecting phase 3, we would have needed, I think, 4 more. They lost it. So we didn't get to finish the IDW era of Transformers in deluxe hardcover format. So it makes me happy that we're actually finishing this out. This, by the way, leads directly into the Jason Aaron run, The Return to New York. This is by Sophie Campbell. Tom Waltz comes back for some of the stories in here, as well as... Is that the Peter Laird stuff? I know it's got the Kevin Eastman stuff in here too. But you do have artwork in here from Vincenzo Federici, Matteo Santacoloco, and Ferro 552 pages, $59.99. It makes me so damn happy we're closing that out. Robotech, the complete Macross Saga slipcase set from Titan Comics. I am super excited about this. This is the stuff that was originally published. I think it was Comico that was the original publisher when they were coming out in single issues. But this series of 3 trade paperbacks will wrap up the original Robotech Macross Saga. Of course, adapted from the Japanese Macross anime, which I still love, but my childhood was Robotech. So Carl Masick doing some of the stories in here, Diana Schultz, and Carl Masick is, of course, overseeing the project. I want to say it was Mike Barron actually doing some of the adaptation, and then you've got Neil Vokes in here and Reggie Byers. And this is the Macross Saga. So in here, you're going to meet characters like Rick Hunter, Roy Folker, and Lisa, and Min May, and, of course, the SDF-1, and these freaking amazing Veritex. So all 3 volumes will be the adaptation of the Macross Saga. Man, there's a lot of manga this round for me. All right. Oh, but I'm excited about this one. Nana, 25th Anniversary Edition, Volume 1. These damn books went out of print. I couldn't find, what was it, Volume 4? And I had to go and get the anime, because I'm like, I don't want to watch the anime. I want to collect these. I really like these. I had like 1, 2, 3, 5, and then I was missing 10. It doesn't matter. Like, I ended up like just giving them to a friend of mine. Ironically enough, my friend who doesn't like anime, doesn't even like animation, doesn't read comics, loved Nana. Loved it. Anyway, Nana. Sounds like an old lady. Nana. There we go. Also sounds like an old lady here in America. But these are names in Japanese. So all of this is taking place in Tokyo, Japan. And it is about 2 women that happen to be named Nana. You have Nana Kumatsu and Nana Osaki. Nana Kumatsu is moving to Tokyo to get away from the ill-fated lack of love that she's had and all of these romantic failures that she's had. So she now wants to move away into the city to kind of take ownership of her life. And then you have Nana Osaki, who wants to be a successful punk. I think it is a punk band. I think it's a Tokyo punk band. But anyway, both of their lives are about to cross as they meet each other, and then they start hanging out in Tokyo. 2 different women. Do I have anything in common with these women? Absolutely not. Do I need to enjoy a damn good story? I guess not, because some of my favorite stories are stories like this, and Strangers in Paradise, and Slice of Life. I really fell in love with the series, and I'm not hating on the anime. The anime was great, but the manga is what got me hooked, and I can't wait to own these now. Hopefully they'll go all the way through. DC Finest Horror, The Devil's Doorway. This is a collection of stories from House of Secrets, 81 through 85, House of Mystery, 180 to 185, The Phantom Stranger, number 5, The Witching Hour, 3 through 7, and The Unexpected, 113 to 117. Do I wish these were in omnibus format? My eyes do. But will I take these? I've got readers. I can read these trade paperbacks. Man, DC, killing it with these DC Finest. Like, these are rare stories I never thought we would see collected outside of the House of Mystery and House of Secrets, which was on hiatus. We didn't know if it was going to continue because they just didn't sell that well. And who is the target audience for this? And now we have this, DC Finest. Man, they are putting, they have restored the faith in a lot of the fans here in the last year and a half with collected editions. And they are doubling down on these books. And I can't wait to own these. There's a lot of stuff in here from Neil Adams, Alex Toth, Bernie Wrightson, and of course Len Wein. And oh my gosh, those names alone should be able to sell you on this book. But yeah, some of it, of course, is double dipping with the House of Mystery and House of Secrets. But to me, it's a must own. Dick Tracy, the Deluxe Edition, Volume 1 hardcover from the folks at Mad Cave. This is their very first Deluxe Edition. I'm very excited. I'm going to see if I can get an early copy of it. This one is 152 pages, $29.99. I absolutely love the story. I think It's Alex Segura, just killing it here, man. It's a retelling, but not a modernization of Dick Tracy. It's still set after World War II, and he is still living in the city, and there's campy characters, villains, but it's more of a serious crime noir type of story. Probably back to the classic stuff is what it's a throwback to. So super excited to check out what their deluxe edition is going to bring. Oh my gosh. Scooby Apocalypse. Are you kidding me? Of course I had to have it in here. My wife was like, why do you like this so much? And I'm like, because it's a perfect mix of adventure, mystery, and comedy, and superhero stuff added in here. And it's Keith Giffen and Jam DeMatteis. They are no strangers to all that stuff. If you've read, of course, their Justice League International. And then it's got pencils by Howard Porter, who's no stranger to drawing superheroes. It's also got Del Eaglesham, Jan Drusima, Ron Wagner, just to name a few of the creators. So this is definitely another universe, by the way. This isn't a throwback series to the classic days. Hell, you can probably tell by that Jim Lee cover. It's not a throwback to the classic days of the Scooby Gang. And it is just a lot of fun. Reimagining the original 1960, 1968, 1969. Why am I asking like you all can answer? Oh, you can answer in the comments. I think it was 68, 69. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Like, it's a reimagining of that TV show set in a post-apocalyptic future. That's awesome. That is, I mean, that's the pitch. I don't know what else to say besides, a mix of all the comedy and mystery and adventure and superhero stuff. And then you have two of the greatest legends writing. Oh, God, Keith Giffen passed away. You forget when you're starting to talk about these wonderful creators. I should have both of them on the I caught myself saying that because just had J.M. DeMatteis on the show on Wednesday. I'm recording this before I interview him, so I assume he showed up. But I was thinking maybe I should have them both, like a retrospect, like to talk about, their work together. And all right, let's move on to Witch Hat Atelier manga box set, volume 1. This is one that I was talking about at the beginning. Like, some of the manga has already been distributed, depending on who's the distributor. So you may already have this. This is from Kodansha. It is the first 6 volumes, and it is the beautifully drawn manga by Kamome Shidahama, and it's only 6 volumes. Do I already have 7 volumes of this? Yes. Am I going to double dip? Absolutely. I love box sets. I wish it was just bigger. I know, what do we have, like 10 volumes so far? We have the art of... Wait, yeah, there is the art of Witch Hat Atelier. But yes, this is a world where magic spells exist. There's a school. There's the character of Coco, who is wanting to be a witch. Slice of life. I love books like this, much like Arya, or what I was just talking about, Nana. Although Nana is not set in a magical world. Although sometimes you wish it was. So this one retails for $77.99. And again, it is the first 6 volumes of the series. And this is the one that inspired the... I think there is an anime now. This does include an exclusive set of art cards, too. So not posters, not a booklet, art cards. Tomb of Dracula Omnibus Volume 1. Are you kidding? Of course I have to recommend this one. And this is collecting the first 31 issues, collecting Werewolf by Night number 15, Giant Size Chillers number 1, Giant Size Dracula 2 through 4, and this is an era when the Comics Code were kind of laying off of comics. Like, you still couldn't do a lot of things. You couldn't show a lot of death on the cover. You couldn't show a lot of violence or blood. There's still weird rules that they had. But they were trying to ease up on the comics. So Marvel and DC were taking the opportunity to do, like, hey, maybe we should do some horror stuff. Who else besides Dracula could we use? Because, you know, before they didn't really use... There was, what was it? iZombie. There was Zombie at Marvel. There were loopholes that the creators were using, and now they didn't have to. Now we had the original one, the OG vampire at Marvel Comics, and that is Dracula. And this is his adventures, of course, by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. I said adventures, but it's really not like that. It is legit a horror comic. It's not just vampires, but in here you're going to see the introduction of Blade, the vampire hunter. It's got Ghost and Mad Scientist and mutants in here, and some of the black and white stuff in here that will have a parental advisory, because those did not have to have a comics code, but 100% recommending it. City Hunter Omnibus. I had to decide between this and Cat's Eye, which both series, of course, by Tsukasa Hojo, both series releasing on the same day, but this is Omnibus Volume 1. I never got a chance to read this. I did read... No, it wasn't even Cat's Eye. It was Midnight's Eye. Maybe Cat's Eye didn't get translated. But I've never read it. But I've seen a lot of the adaptation. I've seen the anime. I've seen some of the movies, the live-action movies. And the way that... I'm going to actually borrow from Kana Books. The way they actually pitch this, I think it's perfect. It's James Bond meets Lupin the Third. So it's goofy type of adventures, but then like super spy things in here. So it is the character of City Hunter. It's Ryo Saeba, and just he's a good guy. He's like a good soul, at least from the anime that I've seen. I'm assuming based on that cover that he's not a hard ass, and that the anime is borrows heavily, of course, or of course is an adaptation of the manga. So I can't imagine them changing anything else. This will include a 4-page color insert and beautifully printed and packed with all of the original art. So it's going to be a total of 3 volumes of City Hunter. And Volume 2 is already solicited, by the way, as well as Cat's Eye Omnibus Volume 1 and 2. So this one is 582 pages and retails for $29.99. Super excited about that one. X-Men Blue and Gold Mutant Genesis Omnibus. Of course I'm going to recommend this. This is collecting Adjectiveless X-Men 1 through 16, annual number 1. Uncanny X-Men 281 to 297, annual number 16. Ghost Rider 26 and 27. X-Factor 84 through 86. X-Force 16 through 18. Strife Strike Files number 1. Material from X-Factor, annual number 7. X-Force, annual number 1. And Marvel Comics Presents 89 and X-Men Odd Man Out. So, this book will collect the out-of-print Bishop's Crossing, Executioner Song, and part of Shattershot. And when I say part of Shattershot, that's what those annuals are. That's what the material from X Factor is. That's what the material from X Force is. And as soon as I get it, this is another one. This is another one I need to open up in case I don't have it by the time. This might be a weird time loop if I get this like on a... I'm recording this on a Monday. If I get it on a Tuesday, I do a short on Wednesday. You're going to be like, dude, this video just came out Friday. What are you talking about? You already did a short. That's just the way time works, baby. But yes, I am curious how the reading is going to be. I'm assuming it is going to be mapped as the Epic Collections. And I'll be honest, I love my Omnis. But the Epic Collections of X-Men, especially when they got to this era, is exactly how I would have mapped them. And I'm not saying my mapping is perfect, but as a kid, I would go into those long boxes. I didn't even keep these in long boxes because by the time we got into the 90s, I was just had stacks upon stacks. And I had a way to read them. I'm like, I'm going to read this story arc first. You got to read the first 3 issues of X-Men. You got to go back to the Bishop storyline. And then you're going to jump back and forth. Like, to me, there was a way to read it instead of like issue... Uncanny, then X-Men, Uncanny, then X-Men. And I think, you know, when it comes to collected editions, to me, part of having them as collected editions as big books is that you're supposed to give the reader a good reading experience. So I'm hoping this will be mapped like the epics. But this one here has a total of 1,360 pages and retailing for $150. Lumberjanes Book 1. Hardcover. This is collecting the first 12 issues of Lumberjanes. These are the books that were kickstarted, and hopefully they will collect all 6 of them. Or no, I think there's 7 of them. And this is by Shannon Waters, Andy Stevenson, and Grace Ellis, Gus Allen, and Casey Nowak. $29.99 for the hardcover. The trade paperback will be $19.99. 336 pages. All ages. My daughter is the one that fell in love with this book. We did an old reader, new reader with Lydia. Oh my gosh, it must have been 5-6 years ago. And, you know, I thought the book was okay. I thought it was fun. I like the character of April. So this is the story of Molly, April, Joe, and Mal. And they're all campers at Roanoke at the Roanoke cabin. So that's all this is. This is about that summer camp stories and these ladies just connecting. But there's more to it than that, because my daughter found so much beauty in it and just connecting with these characters more so than I did. And I think that's why I'm suggesting it, because if you haven't read it and you've got kids and you want your kids to try something, this is definitely a book that you should check out, whether the trade paperback or the hardcover edition. And yeah, my kiddo is a junior now. She's attending college classes. She's not even going to high school. And a lot of it, you know, has to do, like, her reading level is just insane. Like, I joke about how she read a lot of Silver Age Marvel stuff and probably expanded her vocabulary. But I don't think I am joking. Like, I think comics really, really broadened her horizon and just made her a strong reader. My gosh. And this is one of them I remember because I had the first 3. She's like, I think it got canceled. The deluxe hardcovers the hardcovers got canceled after volume 3 or 4. So she made me go get the trade paperbacks and she finished out the series. Oh, memories, man. This whole month has been nothing but memories. All right. Last, but certainly not least, of course I'm recommending X-Men Age of Krakoa, Dawn of X Omnibus Volume 1. Look here. I'm going to say some things. Number 1, I've been reading X-Men for 40 plus years. And ups and downs, baby. Ups and downs. Sometimes it's an abusive relationship. You get out of it. It's toxic. You're like, oh, but they're making dinner, and then they make that good dinner, so I'm going to come over, and I'm going to read more X-Men, and that's a weird analogy, but sometimes it feels like that. Like a weird relationship when it comes to you and something you've loved for 40 years. Now, of course, off and on, because I did take a break after high school, and then went to college, and then I came back, and I'm like, oh, I'm home. To me, comics are an amazing escape. To me, comics have always been what I look for when I'm feeling down, or even when I'm feeling happy and I want something to read. Like, it's just a wonderful escape. And it never ceases to amaze me just how much comics are still being written that I'm intrigued about. I've been reading about X-Men for 40 years, and you think after that long, they've already written every story. And I'm sure this is the same way that people that love Avengers, Batman, whatever your favorite book is, you're like, I can't believe I've been reading Batman for 60 years and they're still telling great stories. And that's what I love about X-Men. Yeah, sometimes they break my heart and oh my gosh, it's awful. And then they win me back. This is collecting X-Men 1 through 7. This is the Krakoa era, by the way. X-Force 1 through 8, Marauders 1 through 8, Excalibur 1 through 8, Fallen Angels 1 through 6, New Mutants 1 through 7, Wolverine 2 and 3, Giant Size X-Men, Jean Grey and Emma Frost, material from Wolverine 2020 number 1. And much like I just said, ups and downs, you'll find ups and downs here too. But it is collected in I don't have the book yet, but I did stress the fact that this needs to be collected in a proper reading order. What does that mean to someone like me? by story arcs, not by issues. Don't collect all issue number 1s. Don't collect all issues number 2s together. By story arcs. Some of them are broken up into 4 different story arcs. Some of them are broken up into 5. Some in 3. Some are one-shots. So I'm curious to see how they're going to map it. Fallen Angels, for example, this is all that was collected. Ups and downs again. But this era brought back so many people to reading X-Men. My brother, one of them. My brother's huge and still loved it from beginning to ending. He hadn't read comics in, I want to say, since maybe 2000. So it had been like 20 years until this era came out that he was like, well, let me check it out. I really like I think it was the costumes, honestly. And then I kind of pitched the idea to him, and so he was getting those anthology series in trade paperbacks. And he just loved them. He loved every bit of it, and he's picking up the Omnibus and very excited for it. So I know there's a lot of my viewers that came back because of this, and and it's not for everybody. I get it. I respect everybody's opinion, but there was a reason why this book was one of the most wanted X-Men Omnis, and it is finally coming out. 1,400 pages, $150. Did not mean to go on that long. You never to go know where these videos are gonna take us, but when these books come out, or unless you already got them pre-ordered, check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And those were my top 13 most anticipated books for the month of September. October 1st sliding in there. And let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited about, what your top 10, your top 1 book is. Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you again to our patrons for making videos like this possible. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.